Hello guys, welcome to the channel. And today I'll be explaining you a drama thriller movie called Alive. In the starting we can see a boy named Junwoo. He lives with his family in an apartment. He likes gaming. He also streams his gameplays. When he was about to stream, his friend tells him to watch the news, so he switches on his TV to watch the news, and is shocked by the news that a virus is spreading like a fire, which is turning people into zombies, and suddenly, TV signal goes off. He gets a message from his parents to take care of himself, and in the last paragraph, it is written, "Stay alive." Alive, which is the name of the movie. He suddenly hears noises from the windows. He takes a look from his apartment building, and is shocked that people were brutally biting each other. He gets really nervous and frightened on seeing this. He can't understand what was happening to people. Then suddenly one of his neighbor forcefully enters his apartment, and asks to use the toilet. He then again switches on the TV. Fortunately the TV signal was back, where the news anchors told the symptoms of this virus, that were, their eyes turns red, body goes numb, and skin turns white. They also develop a cannibalistic nature. His neighbor leaves the toilet. He notices the symptoms on his neighbors. His eyes turns red, body goes numb, skin starts turning to a white color. He starts turning to a zombie, but June still somehow manages to take him out of his apartment and closes the door. He uses his refrigerator to make sure no zombie can enter his apartment. He then writes "alive" in a sticky notes, and pastes on the family picture, as a motivation for him to stay alive. He decides to lock himself in the apartment, but as the days go by, he starts feeling suffocating. He also tries asking social media for help, but it goes in vain. He then decides to fly the drone to look for the condition of his area, but after a while the drone battery goes off. He then decides he will play games, but after sometimes the internet goes off. Now, he was really frustrated and angered. When he was sleeping he notices gunshot sounds. On looking through the balcony, he notices a police officer was firing to save herself from the zombies. He shouts from the balcony to divert the mind of zombies, but unfortunately the zombies still bite the police officer. Due to June shouting, the zombies now had known the June location, so they rush to his apartment. He tries to stop them, but unfortunately a zombie still enters his room, but June cleverly hangs from the balcony. The zombies tries to grab him, but gets thrown and die. He looks and notices the same police officer who he tried to help now has turned into a zombie. June later notices that all the foods were now finished. To satisfy his appetite, he drinks alcohol. In the start he feels good, but as the days goes by, he starts having hallucination that his family has come home, and everything has now become normal, but the reality was different. He covers his windows so that zombies cannot see him. Suddenly his phone signal restores, and he notices the family member voice notes. The voice notes was last in humans because they have also now turned into zombies. On seeing this, he gets really aggressive and starts breaking the items in his house. He breaks everything in his house and then comes out of his apartment. He kills a zombie, but after a while, a large group of zombies were after him, but he manages to enter his apartment. He was now tired of this all situation. After looking at zombies, he decides he will not turn into a zombie, so he decides to take his life, but suddenly from the front building, a red light flashes at him. He then sees another survivor in the building named Kim Yoo-bin. She has also locked herself in the apartment to save herself from the zombies. June on seeing her is so happy because he thought he was the only one alive. He also finds a hope to leave. They both talk through signal. June signals Kim that he has no food left. On seeing this, Kim sends him food. June enjoys the food because he hasn't ate from the past few days. Kim used a rope to send food to June, but a zombie, who was firefighter in real life, has seen the rope and he knew how to climb the rope. Because the zombies didn't forget their habits, he manages to climb Kim building. June tries to distract him using the drone, but the zombie catches the drone and destroys it, but Kim manages to reach on time and cuts his hand, due to which he falls down from the building and dies due to lack of food. June decides to go to nearby apartment to look for food. He takes a key from a zombie and enter his apartment. He manages to find food supplies, walkie-talkie, earphone and mountain hiking items. He searches the house and finds a woman corpse, and then suddenly a zombie attack him from behind, but he somehow saves himself from the zombie. He then tries the radio to send signal, but the radio was also not working. He then hand over one walkie-talkie to Kim, and they talk to each other through that. When raining, they both used to keep container outside so that they could drink the rainwater. One day a lot of zombies enters the building. Due to zombie movements it sounded like it was raining. In hustle something falls from Kim's hand, due to which lots of noise is produced. As the zombies had a strong hearing ability, they rushed towards her apartment. Junwoo then called the apartment next to Kim's house, due to which all the zombie are attracted to that sound, and they divert their way. They talk to each other. and say if they stay like this, eventually one day, they will die, so they decide to do something about it. Kim tells June that she has not seen any zombie on the 8th floor of June's building, so she decides to go there. She finds many zombies on the way, but bravely fights with the zombies. Somehow, despite all the difficulties, they manage to enter the lift, and they enter the 8th floor of the building, but the zombies also enters the building. But suddenly an unknown person comes to the rescue and saves them from the zombie. He offers them food and water, but Kim was doubtful of that man. She also tells June to not eat the food, but due to they both feeling hungry, they finally eat that food. It is later revealed he was not a good person. He had added drugs in the food to make them unconscious. Later we find he had tied his wife, who is now a zombie, because he still loves her wife. He made Kim and June unconscious so that he can serve them as a food for her wife. He ties Kim near to her wife, but Kim manages to get hold of her. June was awake now. He points the gun at man, but Kim shouts at man that your wife is now dead. So he opens the door. When he opens the door, his wife, whose face was covered with a cloth, suddenly attacks and bites him. In sadness, Kim shoots the couple, and they both die. Due to gunshot sound, the zombie were attracted to that sound. This time the zombie were large in number, because all the zombie from the city were attracted to that sound. Kim orders June to shoot her, and when he was about to shoot Kim, they hear helicopter sound. In hope they think they will be rescued, so they head toward the roof of the building, but a large group of zombie follow them. After a hard fight with the zombie, they finally manage to reach the roof of the building, but they don't find any helicopter there. In despair they think they might be hallucinating, and suddenly a large group of zombie rush at them, but then army helicopter comes to the rescue, and kills all the zombie, and they save them. Later they discover their phone signal is back, and they check the messages their family member and friends left, and as a happy ending the movie end. This is Movie Guy signing off.